Previously on the Juventus career mode. And I don't know how, but apparently these Juventus fan accounts were able to get a hold of some leaked transfer action from the Juve board. I don't know, who do you guys think we should sign out of those 5 players? This is first place Inter Milan. This has worked for us in the past. Let's try it again. Laid off this time though to Paulo Dybala. Let's smash this one near post. Eden, oh come on Eden. It still finds the back of the net. And that's where the ref's gonna call it 2-1 the final score. And that's where the ref's gonna call it 2-0 the final score in what was a very frustrating game. And they sit 3rd in the league with this side right here. Paul Pogba. And he puts it in! Oh my god, Paul Pogba for free kicks. It's just unreal. What is up guys, my name is Tyler and welcome today to episode number 6 of the FIFA 16 Juventus career mode. I'm so excited to jump into this one because we have a couple big games that I'm looking forward to getting into, but before we do so, if you guys of course could go ahead and drop a like for me, that'd be greatly appreciated. Anywhere over 100 likes is going to be the goal for this episode, so if you guys can hit that, that would be absolutely awesome. Let's go ahead and jump into today's episode. Obviously, the first one you can see on your screen is against Torino in the league, and they don't sit very high. They only sit in 15th, but as you guys know, it's the Turin derby. We haven't lost the game all season, so we have to show up for this one against our rival and hopefully get a win, because if we lose or even draw, Juventus supporters will be absolutely livid. So a win is vital in this game, and after that, we're going to be simulating a couple ones as well in Champions League against Club Brugge because they are the worst team in that competition, and also against Empoli who do sit in 12th I believe, but our team should definitely be better than theirs. And then after that, we're going to be playing this game against AC Milan, and then maybe if we have enough time, I'll play this game against Wolfsburg, but right now, I'm running low on time, so I might only be able to record the AC Milan game and the Torino game, but they're still very big games, and I'm looking forward to getting into them. But of course, guys, as we get closer and closer into January, more transfer rumors are starting to pop up, and the Juventus fan account actually, I don't know if they came up with this one or if they found leaked transfer negotiations, but Juventus are apparently interested in a couple Monaco players that could potentially be the new Henry. Of course, Thierry Henry moved from Monaco to Juventus before moving to Arsenal, before he became one of the greatest strikers in Premier League history. They're looking to replicate that once again, but this time not sell on that player. You're looking to buy a player from Monaco, a couple that have great potential in Thomas Lemar and Kylian Mbappe Lotan. Now, honestly, I don't know if they should sign both of these. One of those players is more of a cam, more of a midfielder. The other one's more of a winger, who Henry actually did start off as a winger, obviously, and then moved to striker, so maybe we could do the same with that winger. I'm not sure, but it is very interesting to see these rumors. Do you guys want to see the next Henry at Juventus? Let me know by voting in the top right of your screen. Click that I button. You guys can vote for signing Kylian Mbappe Lotan, signing Thomas Lemar, signing both of them, or maybe focusing my money in other areas and not signing either of the two. But let's go ahead and jump into the first game of this episode. As I said, it's the Turin derby. We're going to be rocking up with our first team, of course, because we want the win. We want the bragging rights over our rivals. Let's go ahead and jump into it and take a look at both sides. As I said, we're rocking up with our first team. It's a little bit tired, but not too much. I'd say they're like 90% on all of the players, which is perfectly fine with me, but it is our first team and it should be good enough to get the win here. And as for Torino, they obviously have a couple good players here in there. Balazzi up front's a pretty decent striker. They also got Baselli, who I do rate as a center mid. Aqua, I think that's Bernard from Shakhtar, who they signed, if I'm not mistaken. Maksimovic is a good center back. Bruno Perez is a great right wing back with a lot of pace. So we have a lot to look out for in this game. Let's go ahead and jump into it, see if we can get the 3 points. Here's Perez playing it inside to Aqua, the center mid. Buffon, great save. Oh my god, how did Buffon just save that so nonchalantly? I have no idea. Pogba. Still on the ball. Penalty ref. That was very lucky. I'm going to be the first to admit that. That was so lucky. He read that Verba spin, but somehow Pogba got through, as we can take a look at the replay right here. And then somehow nudges the ball past that defender there and gets pushed over for a penalty. He won it, so he's going to take it. Paul Pogba is going to go to top left, and he bangs it in. 1-0 to score in the 49th minute, just entering the 50th. I am more than happy with that. Okay, Bernard, calm down. Calm down. Aqua, thank goodness Buffon's there. I tried to clear it, but damn, Bernard has no respect. Come on, Quadrado. Oh, that was beautiful. Come on, Quadrado. Spinning back. Oh. Pass Morata. 4-2-1 Quadrado. Up again to Morata. and then feed him back, or find Paul Pogba for his second of the game. In the 90th minute, they push men forward, so we were able to capitalize on their lack of defense, and Paul Pogba scores his second. He gets his brace. Here's a look at the replay. Nice passing play, nice link up between Cuadrado and Morata. He cuts it back, tries to find Cuadrado again, but he finds Pogba instead, who will happily take that. He gets his brace, and we're ahead 2-0. Thank God we scored that goal, because that was a pretty well-worked goal. Pretty route one, but still, damn, from here, from midfield, all the way up to their striker, Chiellini gets beat, and thank goodness we just scored that goal with Pogba, because it's 2-1, and that's where the ref's gonna call it pretty much straight from kickoff. He goes ahead and blows his whistle. 2-1 the final score against our bitter rivals Torino, the Turin derby. We come out on top. The fans got to be more than happy with that. It is a win at the end of the day. They did kind of make it close. They had a few chances that probably should have gone in, and obviously that late goal, but a win's a win at the end of the day no matter how you get it. So I think the fans should be more than happy with this result. It wasn't the prettiest of performances from either side, but Paul Pogba was able to come out on top against his rival with 2 goals, and that is enough to put him into the EA Sports FIFA Team of the Week. Honestly, didn't see this one coming, but you know EA, they like to put in some valuable cards, some high rated cards into the Team of the Week, even though they might not deserve it as much as others. But Pogba did score 2 goals, so he makes it into this Team of the Week. It's now time for the first training session of the episode. Cosiello and Rugani, of course, the 2 players that we are going to be training for pretty much the remainder of the season. Cosiello not going up much, and Rugani getting an F and a B. Not a great session, but not an awful one at that either. Pretty mediocre, pretty standard, but we're going to go ahead and jump into this next game against Club Brugge in Champions League. We're going to go ahead and rock up with our second team as well. Mandzukic, Morata, Hernandez, Cosiello, Lamina, Storaro, Lichtsteiner, Bonucci, Rugani, Alexandro, and Buffon in nets. Let's go ahead and simulate. They have 0 points throughout the first 3 games, and we are at home, so I think simulating is definitely the right decision in this one, because I do struggle playing games, and it's been a while since I played career mode. I'm recording this directly after I recorded the end of the last episode, so it's been a few weeks, maybe even a month or so since the last episode of the series, so I feel more comfortable simulating. Vanaken equalizes though in the 37th. We're gonna go ahead and skip, and it's a 1-1 result. We drew against Bruges. It was our second team, but our second team actually has a lot of stronger players than our first team, but a draw should still see us through into the next round, I do believe. If not, we'll have to win out against Wolfsburg and Real Madrid, which I think is definitely doable. But we're going to go ahead and simulate the next game of the episode, of course, against Empoli, and they do sit 12th in the league, I do believe, and this could be our first loss of the season. Who knows? Maybe the simulation cheese will be against us here, and we'll lose our first one, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to be able to get the win. I'm going to rock up with my first team in this one, though, because we do have enough time in between this game and the next match. So let's go ahead and simulate, see if we can get the win. We are away from home, which is our only disadvantage against Empoli, but I feel good going into this one. Can we get the win? We're going to go ahead and skip pretty early on in this one. We win 2-0. Pogba, Morata getting on the goal sheet. Evra getting injured, but hopefully it's not for too long. Definitely not the news we wanted. Patrice Evra is out for 2 months, and that's what you get when you simulate games. I'm going to try to limit it as much as I can, but I also need to simulate a few here and there. Hopefully you guys do understand, but it's not to worry. We obviously have a better player in Alexandro sitting on the bench anyway. I prefer Evra, but Sandro will fit in just fine, and if we need to bring in a backup, we have Mazziello on loan that we can go ahead and recall, who is definitely good enough to fit into our team as is. But another training session once again. We get a couple of A's this time, but no growth whatsoever. No one going up a rating, which is a bit disappointing, but still, it's not a bad session, but it's not a great session. Pretty mediocre, pretty standard, but we're gonna go ahead and simulate past this international break, get into the next training session before we get into the final game of the episode. And here is that training session. Rugani could potentially go up a rating here, and he does, up to 79 overall. Cosiello had some pretty good growth as well, almost to that 76, but not a bad session whatsoever. Now it's time to get into the game against AC Milan. Let's go ahead and take a look at both sides. Since we have a very important game against Wolfsburg coming up in the next few days, I thought we'd go ahead and play a few first teamers and a few second teamers in this game against AC Milan, who obviously aren't the best in real life, not as good as they used to be, but they are still a respectable team, which is why I threw a few first team players in there alongside some second team players. But it should be good enough to get the win here against this team that you guys see on screen right now. Still a very, very good side, but I think our second team mixed with our first team rivals it enough that it will make it a game and will potentially still be able to stay undefeated come the end of it. Gutsa out wide to Vincent Coziello. Coziello, a nice ball into Morata. 3 minutes in, we're 1-0 ahead. I knew this side was good enough. Great play from kickoff. Mario Gutsa sees Vincent Coziello making a nice run. A great cross over to Morata, who takes it on the volley. Just has to tap it into the back of the net. The keeper's not going to save that. And we are ahead 1-0 this early on. It's Carlos Baca. We don't have a lot of defenders back for whatever reason, but Baca takes it outside instead. He's going to cut it back, and that's a weak cross. That's a great ball. Unfortunately, he's offside and he hits it waywards. Bonaventura from range. I thought that one was actually going to go in. He scored a banger in my Marseille career mode against me, and it wouldn't surprise me if that one went in either. Actually, thinking about it, I think it was Bertolacci who actually scored that banger against me in my Marseille series, but either way, still wouldn't have been surprised if that went in. And we are on the attack now. Eden Hazard, scoop turn, and it's cleared, of course. Forward to Alvaro Morata. Nice bit of step over action to get into the box. Nice ball roll over to Mario Lemina. Big save from Diego Lopez. Pretty interesting first half. This is what things are looking like at the half. The match facts: 2 shots for us, 2 on target. 4 shots for them, 0 on target. As you guys can see from the map as well, 3 of those shots, and I feel like there was more, were all outside of the box. Like, they're honestly not really taking very high percentage shots, which I'm fine with. They can shoot from range all day. It's like basketball. I'd rather them kill me from the 3 instead of killing me from inside. So I'm very, very happy with how we're doing in this game. Let's go ahead and see if we can continue in the second half. He's doing well with it today. Finesse shot from outside the box, actually almost curled in. Not a bad effort. DeCilio cutting in the box, playing it over to Bonaventura. That was a nice ball. Thank goodness we got to there first. Still on it though. Luis Adriano. To Poli. Oh my god. Again, we are getting so lucky with these blocks, but I'm definitely going to take it. Pogba, great ball over the top. Come on, Morata. Nice turn. Lays it back to Paul Pogba. Inside to Mario Gutsa. Great scoop turn. Tries to shoot cross goal. Great block from XS. If he wasn't there, I felt like that was going to go top corner. Oh my god, that was a well-worked set piece, but straight to Buffon. Great ball from Gutsa. Send it through to Alexandro. The left back replacing Patrice Evra in the lineup. Sees that run from Coziello. That was a great run. Perhaps should have played it over the top, but Coziello could have got a goal to go along with his assist. We're still on it now, so maybe he can get that goal to go along with his assist. As Eden Hazard finds him here. He's going to shoot from there. Nice save from Diego Lopez. Hazard at the rebound, but Diego Lopez has safe hands, and it's still 1-0. Hazard. I see that run. Oh, I tried to dink it over to him, but it just wasn't far enough forward. Great ball forward. Morata coming through on that right-hand side. Going to dink it over. Oh my god, you gotta find him there. Come on. Sandro forward to Vincent Coziello. Come on. Great cut inside. Lay it off. Oh, I wanted to find Hazard, and he tries to go for Morata. And it didn't work out. 90th minute. They have their center backs forward, but the ref's gonna call it there. 1-0 the final score. I felt like we could have added a couple to that, especially when they started to push men forward, but it was a really, I guess, even game come the end of the day. Like I said, I felt like our second team mixed with some first team players was good enough to rival this AC Milan side, and it definitely proved that come the match results, as we were able to come away with a 1-0 win. Looking at the match facts, 5 shots for us, 6 shots for them, 4 on target for us, 2 for them. Even possession-wise, they had a bit more pass accuracy, but it was a very, very even game. As we take a look at the player ratings as well, Alexandro, I definitely noticed his impact on the game. A 7.5 match rating for him. Coziello on top of him. I felt like overall, as the whole team played, I felt like Coziello was the best player. Sandro definitely a close second. And after that, Morata also impressed me for sure. So these match ratings actually reflect how I felt the game went. And to end off the episode, we're going to go ahead and do a training session and then take a look at the league table. So first off, the training session, Coziello, Andrew, Gani. Can they go up any ratings whatsoever? Coziello's close but he gets 2 C's and a D, and that's not good enough. And as for the league table, we take a 5-point lead over Inter Milan that could go down to just 2 points if they're able to get a win in the game that they have in hands over us, but I'm really happy with how their season's gone so far. Still haven't lost to this point. But either way, guys, that's where episode number 6 is going to come to a close. If you did enjoy, please be sure to drop a like on the video. As I said at the beginning of this one, please be sure to vote if you want to see me sign Thomas Lemar and Kylian Lotan as the next Henry at Juventus. You can vote in the top right of your screen right there. Click that I button and you can cast your vote. But other than that, I've been TRayALLDay or Tyler, and I'll catch you guys next time.